So I received, this inspiration this morning when I was doing a short little meditation that I want to help us to focus on our sacred heart. I think I said that yesterday, didn't I? It was yesterday that I came to that. But then what added to it is I realized, in addition to the sacred heart, I want us to also focus on, well, obviously love, but how it feels to have a gathering of angels supporting us always, always. So I'm going to use some guided imagery. We'll see what comes out of me. I never know myself until I start. So if we could all go ahead, and whether you're here in person, I love having such a full room. Thank you for coming in person. Or whether you're listening and watching, so to speak, on Facebook, on our book club group. Go ahead now and prepare and tend to quiet your mind. I would like to mention that the CD that's playing is Dean Evanson's Spa Dreams. Dean is a personal friend of mine, so it's always nice to use his music too. Okay. Starting out always by connecting with how the soles of the feet are connected to Mother Earth. So uncross your legs if they're crossed. And if you haven't already lowered your eyelids, I recommend that. If you're choosing to do an open eye meditation, then put all of your attention focused on the center of the swirling circle in this beautiful image that's on the screen. Otherwise, close your eyes and be aware of how the soles of your feet have white light roots growing from the soles. They grow out of you. They're there. They're always there. But I want to encourage you to become conscious of your spiritual essence grounding into Earth Mother. And be aware of your breath, the inhalation and the exhalation. And as you focus on your attention on your breath, let yourself also do a little scan of your body. If there's some place that's achy or uncomfortable, shift your position, make yourself a little bit more comfortable. Let yourself roll your shoulders back and down. Have your head in alignment with your spine, so that your chin is horizontal to the floor. Be aware that when you breathe in, your lungs are filling up with air, imagining and visualizing them like balloons. On the inhalation, they expand, and on the exhalation, they deflate or contract. If you can, and if it's comfortable for you, let yourself have your tongue resting gently on the roof of your mouth in a relaxed way. Now, using the imagination is a big facet of this particular experience. So this is a guided imagery meditation, which means I'll be sharing ideas for you to imagine, to image in your mind's eye. Even if you don't see them, maybe you can sense them, contemplate them, or think about what I'm going to be sharing. So starting out with putting your awareness behind the center of your forehead so that you can connect with and travel back to the middle of your brain. If you wish, create a pathway behind the center of your forehead. So you're walking down a pathway. You're walking down a pathway. You're walking down a very green pathway. In fact, I'd like to encourage you to imagine that there it's so green that you realize that you're in a setting that's somewhat like a forest, or perhaps a clearing in a forest. There's a circle of trees. Further out, not too close to you, further out. So you're in green grass. So as you walk down the pathway, just as quickly as you thought of walking down a pathway, you could just as easily think of and imagine being in the center of a big green field, and all the way around the field in a circle is a circle of trees, a sacred grove. And in the very middle where you're standing, let yourself imagine or notice that there's a table and a way to sit, a bench. I usually imagine a concrete, for some reason, a round concrete outdoor table that has a concrete bench. It's okay if you want to have more than one bench, so that if a guide or a loved one wants to come sit across from you at some point or another, there is a space for them. But for right now, it's just you. Still aware of your breath, the inhale and the exhale. If other thoughts are coming up, just for right now, just put it on hold. Just like you silenced your cell phone or turned off a radio or TV, you are quieting your mind so that you're just really focused on imagining, visualizing, sensing that you're in the center of a beautiful field that's surrounded by beautiful green trees. And as you're sitting at this table, though you're not required to sit, you're welcome to stand in the middle of this beautiful field. I would like for you to become conscious of your heart and your imagination. You might even want to let yourself touch the center of your chest, the heart chakra. And although the term Sacred Heart is very much connected with religious practices and religious connections, in this case, I'm referring to your personal Sacred Heart as you connect with the fact that you are sacred. So for a moment or two, my voice will be quiet so that you can contemplate what it means that you are sacred. You might even want to think the thought, I am sacred, and I have a sacred heart. Your sacred heart is filled with love. You are love. And as you focus on your sacred heart, the center of your chest, the heart chakra, you become aware of a beautiful emerald green light at the center of your chest as well. It sparkles, it shines, it radiates, it illuminates. Green rays of light in front of you and behind you. And the more that you let yourself become one with the energy of love, the more relaxed you will become. And also, it will encourage a gathering of angels to start to appear, coming from out of the trees that surround your sacred circle in this middle of this forest. So with every breath that you take, the inhale and the exhale, begin to know, feel, sense that you are vibrating at the rate of love, and that because of this truth, that you are loved, you are able to sense, feel, or just know that there's a gathering of angels that are starting to come forth to surround you, to be one with you, to hang out with you, just comfortable, like good friends coming to visit. Still very quiet in this very serene field. These angels are able to know your thoughts. They know your requests, your prayers, your fears, your worries, and your joys. This gathering of angels, there's quite a few that are ready to assist you, if not all of them. So in this moment, I would like to ask you, invite you, to think of one thing, although there may be more than one thing, but in this moment, just one thing that you would like help with. You want either understanding, or do you want something lifted from your consciousness because it upsets you, or maybe you need to forgive someone or yourself. Perhaps you want to be more loving and less angry. Whatever it is that you need help with in your life. And I'll be quiet for a moment so you can contemplate, what are you going to ask for help with? There's lots of angels ready to help you. And once you know what it is, the one thing in this moment, although there may be more in this moment, just one thing, place it in your sacred heart and let your heart and your mind speak heart and heart, heart to heart and mind to mind, with the gathering of angels to let them know that you would like help. Ask them, petition, oh, gathering of angels, help us, help me right now with, and then express yourself. What is it that you want them to help you with? Once you release, once you express what it is that you want assistance with, a petition that you put forth, then let yourself open your heart and your mind to receive ideas and inspiration of what you can do to shift the situation. Know that some of those ideas are coming from within you, and some of them are coming from the guidance, from the gathering of angels all around you in this beautiful field of green, surrounded by sacred trees. So stop asking for the help now and be. Just be and allow yourself to receive whatever it is you need assistance with. if you become distracted and you started thinking of something else, it's okay. It's not that uncommon. I'm sure other people in the room are thinking of other things right now too. But let's, for now, bring our awareness, each and every one of us, back to the center of our chest. So put your attention on your heart and the fact that you're sitting in this magnificent field. And it may happen, if you wanted to have one or two or more angels, guides, or loved ones from the other side who want to sit down at that table with you right now. Let yourself use your imagination. Be okay with feeling like, oh, I'm just making this up. Have the courage and the confidence to know that you can have direct communication with the angelic realm or loved ones on the other side. And although there may not be an immediate answer in this exact moment, set yourself up now to know that you will receive answers in the next days or maybe weeks to come, either through friends, colleagues, unusual messages in weird ways, or even the dream time. So be comfortable in knowing that you are and will have answers and guidance and support. Let yourself imagine that your heart, the sacred heart in the center of your chest, the heart chakra, is illuminated not only with green light like an emerald, but is also activated with a beautiful, deep pink. It's almost red. It's blossoming like a beautiful red rose in the center of your chest, helping you to feel the love that you truly are, always have been, and always will be. And as you focus on this love, even more assistance will arrive in your periphery. So be aware again of your breath, the inhale and the exhale. If thoughts that seem unrelated arrive in your consciousness, notice what they are, because maybe they are related. But then let them be quiet. Just make note of what it is, observe the thought, and return your breath, return your awareness to your breath. The inhale and the exhale. In your inner consciousness, take a look around, if you will. You may not be looking, you may be feeling, sensing, or knowing. But as you connect with the energy of what's around you, the gathering of angels, loved ones on the other side, or the Davic forces, the tree spirits, the fairies, and other sacred beings of love, light, and well-being. And feel the sense of gratitude. Gratitude amplifying, pouring out around you. Not only for this very special moment in your life, but for all the blessings that already exist in your life. So as you sit or stand in the center of this field, in the middle of a beautiful circle of trees and a green energy that's profound, start to notice that if you could see or sense these beautiful angels and perhaps even saints, sacred beings, that they're starting to go back into the forest for right now. They're always around, but they're not as prevalent. They're going to move back to where they were before we started this meditative experience, this guided imagery, so that it's just you and nature. If you notice any plants specifically, other than trees in general, or animals, take note. Just observe what you're seeing, sensing, or feeling is nearby. And just like you started in that hallway, I would like for you to imagine, or pathway, I would like for you to find the path where you started. The path that's behind the center of your forehead. So if you haven't already stood up in the center of this circle of trees, go ahead and start to walk back to the pathway. So you can start walking up the pathway. You're walking up the pathway. You're walking up the pathway. The very green pathway. So that you're all the way back to the center of your own forehead once again. That you become very conscious of sitting in the angel room and not so much where we were a few seconds ago. You're aware of the chair you're sitting in. You take note, even with your eyes closed perhaps, with how your body is positioned. You observe your right foot, you observe your left foot. Maybe it's not where you started, and that's just fine. Observe your right hand and your left hand. Observe yourself sitting in the chair in the angel room. And as you come back to more ordinary life, I would like to encourage you to remember and reaffirm this positive thought. I am love. All that is attracted to me and all that surrounds me is love. I am love. All that is attracted to me and all that surrounds me is love. Now let yourself become aware of your toes and let yourself wiggle your toes and be aware of your fingers and let yourself wiggle your fingers. If you wish, you can rotate your ankles, rotate your wrists, and stretch a little bit and let yourself come fully back to the angel room.